Hey everybody, it's Tiffany with Tiffany's Handmade Jewelry, and I am just playing with stuff today. I finished my first polymer clay slab with alcohol inks, and I am so in love with these things. I can't even tell you. They're so amazing. Anyway, I just thought it was so much fun. I had to show it off a little bit. I've been working on some bracelets to go with it, and I thought I would show you the simple wire wrap loop. It's kind of a base for a lot of jewelry making. As you can see, you can make earrings with it, you can make a bracelet with it, you can make a necklace with it. So all you need is obviously some beads. These are probably about 6 or 7 millimeters. You can use any size you want. I think this is some candy jade. I just had it in my stash and I thought they went cute with these beautiful faux stones that I made. Is that so gorgeous? I can't even stand it. So much fun. Like, you can make anything that you can dream up with clay. Yeah, so awesome. Okay, so all you need is some wire and some beads and a few tools. I am using this Beadle Today German style wire. It's pretty soft, not too soft. It'll hold its shape. In gold, you can use silver, whatever color you like, and it's 24 gauge. This is the size of wire that I prefer to do this type of wire work. And I apologize, I've had a really bad cold. I'm just getting over it. So hopefully I'm not going to be coughing too much. Okay, so I've got a little bracelet started here. I'm doing 2 and 1, 2 and 1 on my beads. I'll show you. I do this so much that hopefully this will make sense to you. I'm going to show you kind of my shortcuts. This is how I measure. This is how I measure my wire. I use my fingers, and don't mind the ink stains on my fingers. That alcohol ink, like, it doesn't come off for days and days. So wear gloves. I use my fingers to measure, so I'm going to go with the width of my finger on this side of the beads and my width of my finger on this side of the beads, with a little extra to spare, maybe 1/8 an inch to spare, and cut it. And that's how I measure my pieces. So I would say it's probably about 1 inch. I'll measure it for you. It's probably close to 1 inch on either side. Yeah, it's close to 2 inches. You can see that. So it's probably 3/4 of an inch on either side of the beads. Okay, you need a round nose pliers. They're round, as you can see. These ones are nice and fine. I like them to be fine. It's harder to find. I've had these for a long time. And then you'll need, if you have 2 pairs of the flat nose or chain nose pliers, that's best. You can do it with 1 round and 1 flat, but it's a lot easier to do, excuse me, with the flat. And then just some flush cutters, or whatever cutters you have will work fine. And so, yeah, I cut my piece. So all you need to do is, let's see, I'm going to grab the top, and right at the tip of my pliers, my round nose pliers, and I'm going to make a bend down away from me, okay? And then I'm going to twist it. Actually, Okay, so, and I'm going to keep that space there. And then I'm going to make another little band. I like to have my beads on my wire. Some people will take them off at this point. I like to keep them on, so I'm going to try to just make another little band with the same amount of space, keeping this space here, and bend that up towards me. So I've just got two bends, so then my beads won't fall off. Then I'll go back, well, it doesn't matter which one you do first, but I'm going to go in about, I like to go in about a third of the way into the center of my pliers, because that's just the size of loop I want to make. These little loops, not too big, not too small. Okay, so I'm going to, so it's facing out away from me. So I'm just going to push it up and around my round nose pliers. Okay, so it's halfway around. I'm just going to adjust my pliers and twist them so that that bottom loop that does not have the wire around it, just bring it up to the top. Okay, and then you're just going to continue to push your wire around so it makes a full circle. Okay. Now at this point I'm going to take, I do like to, then as you can see your circle is a little bit wonky, then I like to, as you still have it in your pliers, just twist it up a little bit so it's kind of a little bit more straight, like that. Okay, I'm going to take my flat nose pliers and grab a hold of that circle that we just made. I'm going to hold it so it doesn't get bent out of shape. Now you can. Okay, and then I'm going to take my other flat nose pliers. Here you can use your round ones if you don't have two flat nosed. I'm going to twist that around itself, and I'm going to go around it 2 times. That's just my preference. You can go around it however many times you want. Okay, now here you can adjust if you need to, if you didn't get the space right, but you want to have just that tip of your pliers, just that much space there where you will wrap around. So now that looks good to me. Okay, so I'm going to take my pliers and rotate them. I want my beads facing straight down. And I'm going to get my little pliers into that little space, and I'm going to do the same thing. The wire's pointing out away from me. I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to get my pliers in where I want them to make that same size of a circle. You can mark your pliers with a Sharpie if you want, if that helps you, so you'll know where to put every time. Push it towards me, rotate my pliers up so they're on top, so that one that's does not have a piece of wire on it is on top, and then continue to push that wire around, making a full circle. Okay, and then I'm going to straighten it out just a little bit. Okay, perfect, and I like to leave it just like that with this one not wrapped, so you can go ahead and link them together. Let's see, where am I? That's 2. Got to get it in the right spot after the 1. Actually, I'm going to go this way. So I've got the unwrapped here, and then the wrapped, and then unwrapped, and we'll do a couple more and we will be ready to finish. So I'm going to do a 1 bead. Go ahead and get those on there, and then 2. Okay, hopefully that will be enough. Okay, I'm going to grab it. I don't think I said, I just eyeball, make sure my beads are in the center, and I go ahead and push one side down Just keeping that amount of space there. Try to hold it there and then push that one up. I think you could push them both ways. I don't know, that's just my habit. Okay, my beads are hanging down. My wire is pointed away from me. I'm going to push it up and around towards me. Rotate those pliers. Finish making your loop. Just like that. Then twist it a little bit so it's nice and straight. I'm going to grab my flat pliers, flat nose pliers, and twist that around itself to 2 full times. Okay. Again, on the other side, your wire is pointing away from you. Get your beads are hanging straight down. And wire is pointing away from you. Start pushing it up, and then I'm going to get that where I want it to make the right size loop and push it around as far as you can. Rotate your pliers. Finish pushing that wire around. Straighten it out. Okay. I'm going to attach that. Oh, no, I need to do this one first. Push that down. Same amount of space on the other side. I know this isn't quite the conventional way, but this is the way that works for me. Like I said, I do this a lot. I make a lot of bracelets like this. Okay. Sometimes I just do both loops. Then like I said, you can use these pliers. If your wire is more stiff, more of a hard wire, you're going to have a hard time with the round ones. Okay. So I'm going to just slide that onto that loop. And slide that one on there. Let's see how long that is now. My wrist is a little smaller, so I usually make mine about 7 inches, but to sell at the Sand People shops or bronze, silver, gold gallery in California are the places I sell my jewelry, in case you're interested. That's almost 6 inches. That's plenty long for me. But I would normally make my bracelets 8 inches long with an extender on the end so that it can fit several sizes. These are my little hand-forged clasps that I make out of gold-filled wire. So that just fits in right there wherever it will fit you. Just like that. And those are freshwater pearls. Such a fun, simple little, I like doing the alternating 2 and 1. See, make sure I've got it all right. Yep, that looks good. Okay, so at this point, I would just put on my clasp. I've got a ring here, a jump ring that it's about 6 millimeters. I believe. And since this one's already closed, I'm going to put it on that end. Make sure, I should show you that. The proper way to open a jump ring. Okay, you want to take your 2 flat nose pliers. This is the opening right up here. And you want to twist one down and one up. Okay, so that you're not pulling it apart this way, because that would mess up the shape of your circle. It wouldn't be a circle anymore. And then you're going to do the same thing to close that. Push them together. Just like that. And you'll want to wiggle it back and forth just a bit till you can feel it hitting the 2 ends hitting each other. You'll know that it's nice and snug. And that little piece of wire is not going to come out of there. Is that so fun? And then I would just take a little piece of chain. I don't have my chain right here with me. Something like that. And attach to this loop on the end. And then all you need to do is finish wrapping your little loops. So, and I'm not going to do all these for you, but just like that, go around 2 times, and there it is. Make sure they're nice and straight. Got one here. I love this bright pink color. I think it's gonna be a really fun summer color. And that's all you have to do to make a bracelet. Also, I like to do, maybe I need to, okay, got one over here. So I'm just holding my pliers across. Let's see if you can see that okay. That little circle, you want to hold that so it doesn't get, I can't get my pliers in there, so it doesn't get bent out of shape while you're wrapping those tails around. It's just as easy as that. Just takes a little time, a little practice. And then here I would just go ahead and hang another bead or a charm or something from the end, just like that. And then you just need you need some good sharp cutters so you can get right in there, right into the base, and just snip those off, just like that. I usually go all the way down on one side. Already done those. And then, oh, need to finish that one, and then I'll turn it, and then I'll go all the way in this direction, if that makes sense. I think that's easier, especially for the next step. Oop. And it's best to hold your finger over. I just saw a piece of wire go flying off. So it doesn't go in your eye, hold your finger over it. And I missed one as I was going, I missed 2 as I was going the other direction. Oh, no, that one's, I guess I had those going kind of a different direction as I put those last ones on there. But that's so fun. Not sure if this totally matches, but I think I'm gonna go with it anyway. I like to have a big dangly sometimes. And then just make sure, go in and flatten the ends of your wire where you've cut it. You'll see a little, and I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but you want to make sure there's nothing poking out that's going to snag on your clothes. Just tap that end of that wire down with your pliers, just like that, so it's nice and smooth. And a lot of times you'll be able to feel them with your finger if they're poking out, but so I would go all the way down. I like to hold it in a certain direction, makes it easier. I like to hold it so that this, yeah, it's just easier if you hold the left side, the left loop, against your finger like that. That's how it works best for me. So I'll do all of the left side loops, make sure they're all nice and flush. And then that one's kind of crooked. I'm just going to straighten it out a little bit. I didn't do that one so good, but yeah, that's the gist of it. Simple wire wrap loop, and you can make so many fun things with that. I love these earrings. I am so in love with these. Oh my gosh, I can't even tell you. So excited. I'm like trying to decide which ones do I want to keep for myself. I don't know. I love them all. These little spears. Oh my gosh. I did hand forge these ear wires. Put a little extra wire wrap around that. Oh, what else? I love these chevron ones. They turned out so pretty. I love, oh, alcohol ink is so much fun. It's like you can't really mess it up. So I'll probably do something, a reel or maybe a tutorial on doing alcohol inks. Let me know if you're interested. Okay. So this is a tiny one. Tiny. I think this is pink sapphire. But I bought this already made like this, but it's like, oh, I want to say it's like $30 a foot or something like that. So this is so super inexpensive. This wire costs probably what, $3 to $4. Lasts for a long time. And I love this wire. It doesn't tarnish. So, yeah. That's it for today. Thanks so much for watching.